Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable Dr. Habib Cahyo MSc and all of my beloved friends. Let's give thanks to presentasi of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, giving health and safety so that we can gather in this presentation. Before starting this discussion, let me introduce myself. My name is Bunga Lestari. Today, I want to presentation about curriculum and teaching learning. Teacher competency. There are 4 teacher competency based on Undang-Undang Nomor 14 2005. Answer: pedagogical competency is a skill or ability that must be mastered by a teacher using the characteristic of student for various aspects of life, be it moral, emotional, or intellectual. Personal competency refers to how a teacher is in accordance with religious norms, legal norms, social norms, and Indonesian national culture. Professional competency, namely matter of learning, material in a broad and diverse manner, include master of subject, curriculum material, and the substance of science, the cover learning material, and mastering the structure and scientific methodology. Social competency is an ability that must be possessed by educational is goal to communicate and interact effectively and efficiently with students, system teacher, parents of students, and the surrounding community. The teacher teaching skill. There are 9 teacher teaching skill. Answer: the skill of opening a lesson is activity carried off by the teacher to material prepared and arouse student. And then C, lesson closing. Skill are activity carried out by the teacher to competency. The last skill explain. C, skill explaining in learning is the presentation of information hourly, which is systematically organized to show the extension of a relationship with one another. For example, chance effect. Asking skill our listener our question raised by the teacher as a simulation to bring up our crowd answer response from student. Is a response to student a behavior in learning activities so that student come to interest positive behavior. The skill of giving media. The skill of asking media learning thoughts in the teacher ability to ask media teaching to provide simulation student so that the learning atmosphere is always interesting so that students are at the same and a very high efficiency in craving serving learning. Skill in carrying out activity to get students so that time can carry out small group discussion effectively. Classroom management skill meaning a class is the skill of teacher to create and manage optimal learning condition and return them to optimal condition either by disciplining or carrying out remedial measures. The skill of carrying out expression is a teaching style consisting of focus, attention, asking a voice, variety, lines, giving time, eye contact, gesture, expression, and seeing the position of the teacher in the class. Skill individual teaching our individual teaching are the teacher's ability to determine goals, teaching material, procedure, and time as a teaching by taking into account the demands of individual indifference of student. Indonesia teacher code ethic. There are 9 teacher code ethic based on the 6th University Congress in 989. The point the teacher criticized as a was to from a development human being home adheres to Pancasila. Teachers have professional honesty in implementing the culture according to the needs of the respective student. Teacher hold communication, especially in obtaining information about student, but avoid all muses. The teacher character and atmosphere of school life and maintains the best possible relationship with parents of student for the benefit of the student. Teacher maintain good relation with the community around the school and the read community for the benefit of education. Teacher individual and juniors refer to develop and important their professional quality. Teacher culture and monetary relationship between follow teacher but vision on the right environment and within the overall relationship. Teacher jointly maintain posture in for professional teacher organized as a mass of service. Teacher cried of all the professions which constitute government policies in the field of educational. Curriculum teaching learning process. Learning and learning process. Actually, educational system launched the 20 up to 2003. Such learning is a process of interaction of students with education in learning, research in learning important. Learning as a learning process ability by the teacher to develop creative thinking that can important student thinking skill and can enforce the ability the constant as new knowledge as an effort to good mastery of subject matter. The definition of learning according to expert. According to Zain and Briggs, understanding learning is system that aims to help the student learning process, which contains a series of events that urgent in some way as to the cloud and support in internal student learning process. According to Sugandi et al., learning is translation of the word instruction which must help intrusion from cold teaching and learning that is external. The friendly of learning by life which count the principle of learning. According to Omar Malik, learning is organized combination that include all human elements, equipment, facilitation, producer that influence each other in achieving the goals of learning. Learning can help students to deal with life in a community information. The characteristic of the listener as follow. It's a conscious and international effort. Learning must make student learning. Calls must be staged before to process include out information about content, time process and release. Explain the definition about approach, method, strategy, and teaching of learning process. The learning process can be interpreted as our starting, offline, or specific on the learning process, which is to the view of the curtain of a policy that is very general in nature. It was with commodities is phrases, strategy, and underlines learning methodology which is what and learning method can be interpreted as a method as to informant as they have been from of your real and fashion adapted to learning object. For example, in the scholarly learning strategy, we can ask problem solve our student method. Learning strategy are the way chose to cover subject matter in particular teaching environment, including the teach aside and quiz activity. This can by learning expression to student. Learning teaching is the method as by the teacher in implementing aspect method. For example, as the dangerous method in nursery to as different teaching in class where students are classified as effect and in class where students are classified as passive. Okay, namely, I say thank you for presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.